Welcome back, guys. It's been a while. I think January was the last time we recorded and kind of had to take a little bit of a hiatus because we kind of wanted to reimagine the podcast. I had originally started this so we could bring on business owners, entrepreneurs, hustlers in the Texas area so that we could kind of pick their brain, get the golden nuggets. So I figured I'd kind of restructure how I was going to do that storytelling from their perspective so that you guys could listen and, kind of have some aha moments. So after kind of digging deep, figuring it out, I was able to find my first new guest. And he actually, after finding the great industry that is real estate and coming up pretty quickly and pretty early into his 20s, he found a way to redefine the entire process of finding an apartment when you're looking for something high end to call your home. And after he's kind of created that process and that entire step by step touch for the customer, he's trying to find new ways to continually bring a fresh face to the process of finding a place that you can call your home. So today on the very first new podcast, I have Spencer Moore with me. So welcome, brother. And if you guys don't already know, he is the captain and commander of fantasyapartments.com, and I'm very glad to have him on.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's a great introduction.
Well, hey, man, I think your story speaks for itself, and that greatness, for the most part, I think can be seen on everything you do. Just going onto the website. I don't want to make your ego too big right now.
Yeah, I know. It's so flattering. I just have to.
Just be humble. But
I'm working on it.
I think when I saw the website, honestly, for the first time myself, like it was very inviting. Very simple process. I think what a lot of the real estate industry is for people from like the front soft end, at least the way I see it, is kind of that inviting aspect, the feeling that someone can voice or show exactly what they want, and the agent takes it from there, and you've kind of created that front end.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I think today is the 28th, and we're dropping our new website on the 1st, so we're going to have to go back in time, and you guys may have to see that old website, which you can on webarchive.org. You can look at old sites, so just wait till you see what we got, man. It's actually going to be like, I'm not going to say like threatening, but it's going to be something that people weren't expecting.
Yeah.
It's going to be very high quality.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good.
Well, if it's going from high quality, I'm very, very excited.
I mean, there's levels, everyone has taste, but I think right now we're sort of, the website right now, I don't think really shows off how great we are. It's more of a landing page. It's basic. It's smooth. The UI is okay, but we're taking it to past our current major competitor. And that's a big piece of propaganda that gets agents interested.
Yeah.
Right.
And who's your biggest competitor right now?
I don't know if I can name drop, but everyone who knows me knows who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, so in order, I think, to get agents that work for my competitors, I have to be better than them. And this website is going to do that part, because the website's a big deal for a lot of these agents. They look at your website, and if it's just like some like sus looking Google form or like some really like cringe, they're gonna be like, all right, this guy's cringe, but that guy can have a really great back end, like a great systems and software and processes involved with their company, but they're not a designer, they're not a UI coder, they're not a graphics expert. So you lose out on potential agents because of your website image. So, I mean, I understand that. I see my competitor sites. They're very strong. And what we're doing is just taking it to 30, 21.
Yeah.
While everyone else is in 2021.
30, 21. Yeah, wow. Pushing a whole.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Got you. You're just going to be flying around in spapeships.
Hey, man, me and Elon.
There you go.
But actually, no.
And Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Yeah, bro. I got screwed. But things will be like soon, very, very nice. And a website's never finished, so we're always gonna be working on it. And just there's some real functionality that no other site has right now with the way we've built our listings from the get-go. It's very, very smart, and I think the users are gonna appreciate it.
Right. And you had mentioned that there could be other competitors that had really or have really good back end, but it just, the page, the layout, everything, it just looks trash.
Well, I don't know if they would, right? Because I don't know what you don't know what a company's backend is,
right.
but it would just suck if you do have a really strong backend, but your front end just sucks.
Right. No, exactly. I was pointing on that because I feel like that's one of the most important things. It could be an analogous to the real estate agents now, like older, kind of the old guard of RE, where they're like have done a lot of sales and they know
They know the business.
They know the business, but they're like, why would I ever get on Instagram? Why would I ever?
Yeah. There's something about that. There's not like a solution for it. If they're making money, they're doing just fine, and maybe they're right. They don't need to spend any capital on social media ads because they just have a great referral network. So I don't blame them.
Right.
Maybe they should just chill. If they're that old. But if they don't know Instagram, maybe it's a sign to get some investments and just rack out and have a great time. But no, social media is definitely important.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Everyone should have, and even if you're an experienced real estate agent who's been in it for decades, you should get one.
Yeah, and for you, obviously, you have, fancy apartments, which Instagram is doing very well.
Very well, yeah.
And then TikTok for your personal brand is doing
you stalk
well.
my TikTok?
Yeah. just momentarily, a little bit of like
scrolling for hours. Yeah,
I was just.
Yeah,
10:32 at night. I was just like, man, Spencer's. I can't wait to be best friends with this guy.
Yeah, or at least one of my apartments. I'm going for both.
Yeah,
I definitely want to be like a cool broker, a transparent one that's available, one that gets what's happening.
Yeah,
one who's like sort of like leading that TikTok thing. Like I can't, say I'm a social media guy if I don't have a really poppin' Instagram.
Right.
Or TikTok now. TikTok is so easy, man. It's too easy. Every agent needs to be on TikTok. It's just free.
Yeah, and you were saying, sometimes maybe, those older real estate agents or experienced real estate agents.
My mom is an agent. She's been in it for she's a broker as well, and she's been in it for 11 years, so no hate.
Yeah, no.
Love for my
no, not at all. I'm just saying you were saying that.
Then I know.
Yeah, but even younger generation too is unwilling to, go on the social platforms. What I was going to ask is, for you, TikTok obviously very organic. What I kind of want to get into your mind when you made that first TikTok, like
of the orange juice.
I didn't watch the original one.
I
didn't watch the original one. But what kind of, like, when you're doing it for real estate reasons, what kind of made you make that initial leap? And like, because everyone's like thinks they look stupid. It is a very big perspective game.
Man, that's a good question. So if you go to my TikTok, the first video was like me squeezing orange juice.
Nice.
Which, I'm an internet nerd, and there's like that ASMR sort of like subculture.
Oh, yeah.
And I was squeezing juice every morning during COVID. I was at my parents' house, and I was like, it makes a cool sound. Maybe, this is some TikTok shit.
Yeah.
And I did, and it got 4,000 views, and like that was my first video. I'm like, well, that's more than my Instagram shit gets.
Yeah.
I can't post orange juice on Instagram and reach that many people. Not that like I can monetize orange juice, but I was just like, okay, this is a platform where there's just so many more users on it. Like you'll go on TikTok and you compare TikTok to Instagram. Hashtag Houston Apartment on Instagram has like 180K, posts with that hashtag. On TikTok, it has like 2 million.
Whoa.
It's either views or posts. It might be views, 180 mil. So it is a much larger platform. There are issues with that, but TikTok is free. You should do it.
Yeah, 100%. And you said orange juice you really can't monetize, though. We did see that cranberry juice.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, I'm not skateboarding with orange juice, but
there's
some OJ in my next door.
There you go. Definitely. You should bring it back. I feel like just for this podcast, one of the tours you have to bring some OJ. Can we get that
I might do that.
All right. Hell yeah. I love it.
Only if I get sponsored.
Okay. By
Tropicana, I'm coming for the money.
What about like HEB brand? You cool with that?
That's Texas. That's local. Support local giants.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Or just like oranges by themselves, just squeeze them in the house.
Seriously, that video, I mean, anyways, yeah. Anything can go viral on TikTok. That's like a promise. But you have to keep posting. You can't post one and done. Just like anything, you have to keep the repetition up,
Yeah, that's what kind of a big thing we're trying to get to too. We have a one woman band right now, Ella, for the most part. And shout out to Ella for getting us together over here. But yeah, the consistency is big, and I feel like, when you have to create content and you're not the one in the driver's seat all the time, getting other people to add to it, is kind of a big thing. Like you have your own brand,
Yeah.
and obviously you have ways to get that content as well. But any advice for, have you had any thoughts about scaling the content across your agents and making maybe this is a question I ask because I'm always curious as to how to like make it almost a just really easy process to follow. Say, hey, this is how I do it. You should do it this way.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you thought of
I've expressed that to all my agents. Actually, all the content that I have organized and it's available to all of my agents.
Yeah.
Because I want them to grow with me, and I give them that content because I've grown very far in this business, and it's possible for everybody. And I really want to work with those people and grow with them. And every agent in my firm has that content available to post. If they do it or not, that's up to them. Maybe they're very busy with the current business that we give them, which is not a surprise. We get a butt ton of leads. But maybe just some agents don't have that vision for themselves, and they're like, I don't want to be a real estate guy. So they don't post it. Maybe they just don't believe in it. But no, I know I have an agent who does post on TikTok. She gets a lot of leads.
Yeah.
I think she's had a few celebrities comment on her videos, and it's just to show how far the reach can go.
Yeah.
She's closed some big deals. I closed, a $3,000 high-rise deal from TikTok. My 5th video. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, this is as real as Instagram, as Facebook, as anything. So cool, and it's free, and you reach more people than ever.
Yeah. So for those individuals who don't want to do it, or are you continually trying to push them towards that, or are you just kind of put it out there and let them do their thing?
We will have growth days where we go over it and coaching how to market yourself professionally in a modern way. But if that's not in their vision, if they don't feel like it's part of their journey, I don't want to force it. And if they're not into it, they're not into it. You really can't force people to do things, especially in this business. Like they're 1099 contractors, so can't say post to TikTok, even if it's going to make you an extra 10 grand. If they don't want it, they don't want it. Maybe this conversation will change it. But.
No, I got you. Well, that's good that you give that like push, but yeah, 1099 contractors, that's very interesting. Kind of dynamic. A lot of sales organizations have to deal with is like, hey, here's the best suggestion. You can go with it. We know that it works, but at the end of the day, you can't force anyone
lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
Even if the horse can get 10 grand.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, maybe you're just not that thirsty, bro.
Yeah, just a whole pool made of Aquafina. It's probably worth 10 grand or something like that. But those agents that do come to you though, and I feel like a lot of it's just fear. And kind of rolling back to one more time, kind of want to hit on it. Like if someone comes to you and they have an excuse, I don't have the time, like I'm not into it. Like you got to understand that that's just like someone doesn't want to put themselves out there. So and it's like a common thing. Like you have no idea what you're going to look like. What would be what has been your advice to your agents to kind of just like not worry about how they're seen and just do it?
Well, I don't think we really discussed like their personal biases against doing it, but there is none. I mean, I don't know. I don't even think it's that they're afraid to do it. Maybe they might be too busy, or they just don't want to.
Right.
But I think that they should. There's nothing to. You don't have to be in the video. I post. I'm holding the gimbal, doing the tour, so it's not like I'm like putting myself into the video. So really, nothing to lose. Not even your self-esteem if you're not even in it.
Yeah, those gimbals are crazy, by the way.
Yeah, they're crazy good and crazy cheap.
Yeah,
at least mine was cheap.
Yeah, we got ours, and we plan to do some video in the field because you can just follow.
You need the content.
Yeah,
content
always
is king,
gotta
man.
get
You
the
really
content.
Need it.
But back to I know we're kind of digging deep into social media, but you had mentioned a specific thing kind of offline. We're talking about taking care of the agents.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a transition into that. You had said that a lot of these individuals, a lot in this industry, real estate is always kind of a flashy industry for sure. Yeah. So you got a lot of guys that are.
It's flashy.
Yeah.
Very flashy. Too flashy.
Yeah.
They need to be humbled.
So some guys, girls are kind of like showing too much, kind of little too much of the clout demon situation. But you had mentioned
clout demons.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. Yeah.
You never heard that?
I've heard clout demon.
Yeah, clout demon.
But it can be a demon. It could be a negative energy sometimes. Sometimes it could turn people off.
Yeah. But few said were like those people, in your view, it doesn't matter how you look if your people aren't taken care of. So you want to elaborate on that?
Oh man, yeah, right. That's a good point. It doesn't matter how you look if your people aren't taken care of. So about that, what that means, I mean, I am a propagandist myself.
Yeah.
I know if I take pictures with jets and Rolexes and watches, I went humble. I left the Rolex at home.
Yeah.
But like,
Appreciate that.
if I did
Let me
that, I
shine
wanted
this
yours
time.
to shine.
Yeah, thank you.
But like, if I was posting those jets, yeah, I'd attract a lot of people, and I just haven't had the time or resources to dedicate to it. But I just don't know how much that would help my sales team. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm spending capital on renting a Rolls Royce, getting my photographer out there, getting a videographer out there, telling my agents, hey, don't focus on sales. Let's make a little video with a Rolls Royce. They're not going to make any money making that content. Like, I'd rather be in the office making 10K that week than coming out to showboat, cars that belong to nobody.
Yeah.
Right. And instead of me being with cars and planes and Rolexes and whatever the vibes is, like, I'd rather just be working with my developer on my business. Like, I don't want to build a fake lifestyle. I want to build a real business. So I'm focusing on my business now. As a propagandist, I understand the importance of it. So I'm coming back into getting that content because we're going to be doing a lot of hiring and people would want to work for a person who's present.
Yeah.
So that's important to me, and I know how to do it right. I've done it for years. It's sort of why my brand is at the level that it's at. Organic, yeah, I know how to take some dope pics. So I'll do that. But for right now, got to get the website up first. Got to get that infrastructure. We've been going hard for like 8 months, almost a year.
Yeah.
And you need that more than you need pictures of you doing some bullshit.
Yeah. And I would assume anyone in your position, not yourself, but anyone in your position doing that is trying to get bigger clients or more agents.
So I mean, it works for both. That's the thing. It works, but for how long, right? Like, what are you going to get out of it? You can get some great clients out of it. I mean, we post the high rises. I get great clients out of that. And yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, if you post for getting good clients and cool agents, that's awesome. Just make sure when you get those agents and clients that your backend sort of supports that image. And if it isn't there, you're in danger of losing those agents because they're like, well, I signed up for this luxury lifestyle, but I'm using software built in 2005. So there's a disconnect, right? And in business, you could argue that the software and your systems are actually more important than the propaganda your company puts out.
And I know you had mentioned specifically that the development that you guys are doing, you're kind of trying to find the edges against your competitors.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily, I mean, it'd be cool to kind of talk about the edges if you can, but more importantly, how do you find those edges? And what I mean is like what's your process? Like, where you finally get to the point where like, oh shit, we need to do that because that's going to crush.
That's going to crush. Well, it depends. Are we talking just like as an aesthetic or
just anything? Like you
okay.
Yeah.
So what's going to crush for us right now? I mean, we have literally the exact same system. We provide more support for our agents than our competitors. We offer 15% more money to our agents than our competitors give to their agents.
Yeah.
That's on company leads. On self-generated leads, we offer 45% more.
Yeah.
That means these agents are going to make an extra 15K, an extra 45 to 35K if they just make that switch.
Oh, wow.
So we already have a big leg up there, and they are built top heavy. All the competitors that I can see are built very top heavy, where it's too much money on ads, too much money on bullshit, like positions in a company that they don't really need. Or maybe, it's working for them. But what the edge they have on us is their branding. It's a bigger company. The brand's solid, right? Their branding assets are perfect. Everything matches. There's like brand psychology built into the logo, built into all the like shapes that they use on their website. So like that's their edge. But they've been doing it for longer than I have. But we have just built a site. So I don't think there's any secrets. We can look at their site and just make the site.
Yeah.
But making it a level better with a little bit more functionality, that gives us an advantage because they've like built it. Now we can just build it better.
Yeah.
And they're so big. And like being big, you cannot pivot. You're not as nimble. You can't make a quick fix. So it's like you're kind of stuck there for a while. We're going to do our thing because when it comes to like web stuff and like business, like I don't feel like there's secrets. It's just what you're seeing is that's it. So you have the secret right there.
Yeah.
If you like their site, just make a better one, or just copy it and, add your little twist to it. If you like their video, just copy it. I just had a competitor do that, and because that's how business works. You see what the other guy does. If it pops off, you do it, and it might pop off too, or it might not because you were too late.
Right.
But with the website, totally something that you can copy and get that edge on them.
Yeah, I got you. And just I know for those who are listening, we've mainly been, because you of course have, your broker's license across both leasing and owning, but we're majorly talking about finding high rise or boutique type living.
Yeah. High rise lofts.
Yeah. And so in that game, you are redefining. You've been redefining how someone who has that kind of more luxurious lifestyle, looking for living within the city, living in something significantly finer,
like a fancy apartment.
Yeah, fancy.
Right? Yeah. So, am I redefining sales and like the service industry that's built into real estate? I mean, we're definitely using systems that are, but it's people to people. So we're just doing a really great job at capturing an audience, getting leads for free, because we're just doing a freaking good job at it.
Yeah.
And we connect our audience with our agents. So that's what we're doing. And maybe, through social media, that is sort of a new thing. And to do it at scale, as profitable as we're doing it, yeah, I mean, you could say that's a little bit of a redefining, because we're not doing flyers. We're not spending money on ads. We're not, just doing the old shit. We're doing new stuff, and we're doing it lean, and we're doing it mean. And I mean, once we start doing some of these other things, I mean, we're going to get even more. So yeah, it's somewhat redefining, but the process is the same. It's people to people. So you need really good people and really good clients, and we get that.
Yeah. And I kind of had alluded to that before, that like, it doesn't matter how much of actual like back end technology or how much knowledge someone has. If you're not giving that front end experience to the client, it doesn't matter.
That's
at all.
What matters most. Yeah. And market knowledge too. That's all part of that front end experience. It's like, okay, I want a high rise. Okay. Like I just had this penthouse lead like for like $3,000, and she's wanting to know, hey, is this a good deal? Is the Crimson a good deal? And I'm like explaining, the difference between that and the building next door, Gray House, River Oaks. I'm like, yeah, I mean, Crimson's a freaking condo grade high rise. It's brand new. It's overpriced, but concrete, steel, floor to ceiling windows, like everything is sick. If you go to the other place, it's a wood frame. You're going to hear your neighbors. I have a friend, he's lived at both. And he told me that at this place, you're going to hear your freaking neighbors watching TV and doing everything. Here, it's a different build.
Yeah.
So being able to speak on that is important. That's all part of that front end experience. And that's still important. That's still the most important.
Yeah.
Is knowing your shit.
Yeah. And I think there's something that I realize very keenly that you did there. And I'm sure that you do that's just second nature now, where you're kind of taking the differences in properties and relating it directly to the customer. Like, hey, look, you're going to hear your neighbor. Like, it gets them into that situation. So
depending on their budget,
right?
Of course, can afford the high rise.
Right,
you don't want to. It's sales, right? So like, you eat what you kill. I would never shoot myself in the foot, but just with my market knowledge, I could do a great job at helping people find a home.
Right.
But if you can go like that in detail, you're building trust. They're like, oh, this guy knows his shit. I'm gonna work with him because I hit up this large company and their agent was super whack. Sent me 10 deals that I got from another locator that I saw on Instagram. I need to work with a freaking pro, dude.
Yeah,
that's what they're thinking. And if you can like just be like that cool guy, like who can explain, dude, look, it's concrete. It's a strong build. It's a dope it's a location. I've personally been in the building. It's the best that I've seen. If you could talk like that and not too pushy,
right.
Just be cool.
And so the way you're generating most incoming leads
in my leads,
is in your what?
Social media.
Okay, social media. Is it also coming directly from the website as well, right?
Well, right now the website's just more of a landing page, so no. But we have a lot of blog content we're going to be transferring over. The SEO is very strong, and actually some of our best leads do come from that organic SEO.
Okay, I got you. So right now, where would you say the majority of like the top of the funnel is coming from?
Oh, social media, man. Social media, all of it. We have a few HAR listings that generate leads, and I love those leads because they're on like a very niche rental website.
Right.
HAR, it's very listing specific and real. But other than that, it's social media.
Okay. And when you kind of drill down on it, what platform?
IG.
IG for sure. Okay, I got you. That was my guess, but
we're going heavy on what's that site called? Like Dig?
Dig?
Dig.
Oh,
Is
really?
that not a site? No, that's a joke. But like, it's Instagram. I was gonna make a joke like, yeah, bro, we're going hard on like Pinterest.
Pinterest, that'd be fun.
That wouldn't
on what's that one?
Dig it?
No. There's another one that I feel like I can really make a
Twitter.
No, that is dying as well. I think, in my view.
Yeah.
Parler.
Oh, Parler.
Yeah, you're going ham in Parler.
Right?
Yeah.
Twitter? Nah. I'm not on Parler. I might be. Yeah, maybe me and Alex Jones will tweet at each other on Parler.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, you would get a lot of eyes if you're definitely in entanglement with Alex Jones.
I'll get a lot
for sure.
Of eyes, man.
Yeah, I don't know if the right eyes, but
no,
no, not at all. But okay, so the IG. That's why I was kind of trying to get to that point. So like, when you built Fancy Apartments Instagram page, like obviously IG is, first of all, when did you start at that page?
Maybe 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
Yeah, you're at like 56, 57,000.
Like 53. Bro.
Okay, hey, I'm giving you a little.
You should have said like 50. You went up like, no, it's 53.
I mean, oof.
And I went from 57 to 53. Shit.
Yeah.
We'll get to 57.
Yeah, definitely. So in those like early days, because once again, like, I think one of the biggest things that, anyone that comes on board on your team, if they don't already realize it, is the value in what you've built. And they should be picking your brain every minute of the day about how to build in that social, arena.
They should, man. They should. We pay them very well on their self-generated leads. But I think our agents are just getting so many company leads. They're like, Spence, bro, like I wish I had the time to build a $50,000 page Instagram, but
53.
Yeah, there we go. But I'm just too busy, and which is sort of like a false thought. Maybe they can make extra time, but I don't blame them, man. They're very busy. They're making a lot of money, so I'm happy for my agents.
Yeah,
it's tough. We are going to do this forever.
Right,
this is a forever industry. So like you don't know it when you get licensed, but you're like in this forever. If you're good, you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life.
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah, because I mean, it's
why
never
stop something?
Yeah,
if you're racking out, just keep your expenses at a right ratio to your income, and you're good to go.
Plus, it's never going away. I mean,
I don't think it's gone away, man. I've been doing this for like freaking. I got licensed when I was 19. I'm gonna turn 27 next month. So
the only way real estate's gonna go away is that they hook us up to a bunch of cords and we're in a simulation.
Facebook, VR.
Yeah, VR. But yeah. So like, your agents have all this knowledge, access to all this knowledge. So I kind of want to dig into that a little bit because, and I know I keep coming back to social media, but I think it's very important that you've created such a great disciplined way of creating content that creates interest. If someone's like, man, like, because I'm sure when you first started the IG, 0 followers, everyone starts at 0, right?
First post went viral.
Yeah, instant
million
famous.
likes.
Yeah. So like, when you were making those first posts and everything like that, what was keeping you in tune? Like, what were you telling yourself? What was your internal drive to like keep putting out that content? Even though you got 1, 2, 3 likes.
It was so early in the game. There weren't that many people on social media, so like 100 likes was like a big deal. 50 likes was a big deal. I'm just like a branding guy, like a marketer. I've always been a creative guy. I love art. I love things that like look good. It's aesthetic. So I was just more like trying to build a brand. Really, I was building a portfolio for my clients to see because my old broker would give me leads, and I'm like, well, I need to show the world and potential clients that like I've been to these apartments, that I have experience doing this.
Yeah.
What better way than to build a blog? And then Instagram was saying, so let's just throw the same pics on Instagram. Show people that like I've been at this property. So now that when you work with me, that I've been there. So it's not like I'm just some agent, who's brand new, who hasn't poured anything, right? So it served more as a portfolio for my clients that I'd get like, hey, check out my like blog.
Right.
I've been all over the freaking Houston map. You're working with the right guy.
Right. So you started it out as customer centric. Like you were like, you wanted customers to instantly kind of see what you're already showing so that they can have that initial rapport and trust.
Trust. Yeah. You build trust. That's exactly what it's for. They see that I've been in the high rise that they want. They trust me to know that I know what it's all about.
Yeah.
Especially if it's relocation. We were getting a lot of relocation leads. That was back in like when Exxon did that big move to the Woodlands.
Oh,
like
yeah,
2014.
that's right.
My broker got like the contract to help all the relo.
Oh, wow.
So they would give me a lot of those leads.
I got you.
I was out there anyways. I might as well get the content.
Yeah.
I had like an Android and taking some pretty good pics.
Yeah. So like there's, in my mind, there's two specific things that I think everyone should really like hone in on what you said. Is that you initially you weren't like, I did it so I could build a following. You're like, I did it so my customers could know I knew what was up.
To bring value first.
And you're also like, I'm already doing it. Fuck it. I might as well get it.
I'm already like up in the Woodlands, bro. I live with Katie at my parents' house. I can't keep going back and forth for this shit.
Right.
So let's just get the video while I'm here.
Just do it. Yeah.
And then, I mean.
Shia LaBeouf style.
Yo, right. Yeah. Just freaking do it, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you kind of just started it from there, and then when things started to pick up, how do you feel like you threw fire onto the flames, gasoline onto some flames?
How do I throw gasoline onto some flames?
Yeah, for like what do you feel like are some of the big like key things you do to keep that presence up?
Just keeping it consistent, keeping that quality, at what my audience likes. I like bringing serious value. Like I can't be posting some whack ass deals. Like it's not gonna be value to anybody. Being clever with your marketing is important. Just like in my DNA, man. I can't even explain it. But like when I go to do that post, I know I don't want to miss. So because I got a team to feed.
Yeah.
Overfeed, man.
Yeah.
Really, they're overfed. So it's hard to explain. I just like want to build an awesome brand. So I'm just doing it like a cool brand. You know? I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
Building a cool company, and with our website, it's gonna look sick. The business cards, that's like cool. It's all gonna look cool, but it needs to be effective. So my content's gonna be cool and effective. Always gotta be.
So you're not even like tripping about how it's gonna perform so much as like you're looking at as I have to put out the best possible thing every time.
Yeah, that I think that works better than like I'm gonna put out some bullshit and then spend some money on ads and let that help. No.
I think a lot of people are like.
I just have a really good team, bro. So like we always put out some really really good shit.
Yeah,
like, I'm into architecture. I'm into design. I'm into the aesthetic. I'm into the just beautiful listings.
Yeah.
Beautiful everything. So we do really really beautiful work.
No, yeah, it looks.
And the people like
good.
it, and they're like, you know what, this is that price. If it's a cheap deal. Or they'll just be like, this is a beautiful home, and I want a high rise, and you guys are posting some badass shit, so I'm going to hit you up.
That's what's up. Yeah, and I really liked what you said there, where you're looking at a post and how to frame it, and you're thinking to yourself, I got to make this kill for my guys and girls.
Right.
Which is huge, man. Like,
it has to pop off.
Yeah.
But our shit always pops off.
Yeah.
Now, there's going to be a time where, like, we're going to have a team to do this.
Right.
But they're always going to, like, run it by me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make sure it's on brand.
Right.
But it's not hard, man. Our team could make anything look cool. Like our team rocks.
Yeah. And so what are so you have obviously this front end funnel from social, and then I'm assuming your next steps are to kind of amp that up through the utilization of the website and through advertisement. He's the whole word there. That was very
nice,
okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Advertisement.
You mean boosting a post?
Yeah.
No. Ads, man. Ads. No. So, yeah, we hook them with the badass content. We hook them even deeper with the badass website. We close them with a badass agent.
Right.
And right now we spend $0 on ads.
Yeah.
So I mean, just compare that to like a company that spends $15K a month on influencers. And like an extra 1,000 for each giveaway that they're doing. So it's like $18,000 a month on influencers. They lock me for a 6-month contract. Like, bro, that's some top heavy shit.
That is very.
And then if they're getting less comments than I am, less engagement, and I spend $0 on ads, sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. That allows
We're positioned very well.
Right.
Our splits are even 10% better, so the agent gets 10K more. But they just have to see it when it hits. But yeah, that's how it works. The social to the site to the good customer service.
Yeah,
that's how it works. we just need more agents, and that's the only issue that we have right now. So that's why we're so focused on getting the site out, getting out this content, and just really hiring some top talent in the beginning, because like we just want people to come and take their 10 leads a day and just rack out.
Right.
We don't have to train a bunch of noobs who've never even done the sale. That's not good for my customers. So
let
me get some savages who want to make $100,000, and let's go.
Yeah. So you're building all the value so that you attract the best agents, for sure.
Yeah.
And I know we kind of went deep into the social media and stuff like that, and kind of with the assumption already of, you're deep in real estate, but like let's kind of pull it back to like the beginning. Like, what made you want to get into the real estate industry?
This is cool.
How do you find it?
Very important. So I went to high school, bro. Cringe GPA, like a 2.1, bro, like a 2.1. I didn't even look like a dumbass kid, but like I guess I was, because I had a 2.1, like a 2 something, man.
Yeah.
But high school was toxic. Like it's just, you're joking around with your friends. You're not taking biology that seriously. You're just hanging out. And yeah, my grades suck. So going to HCC, that's a bummer. Like they don't really like motivate you there. Like it's like a not a great not good energy, bro. I mean, I hope those kids are getting the diplomas there. I don't know if they are. I didn't get my associates. I just got like enough credits to go to UH, right? So it's like bad at high school, not loving the community college, but it's all that we could afford because I didn't get no scholarships, right?
Yeah.
Then UH, in between this HCC time and the UH time, I got licensed because I was at home and I'm like, man, what the hell do there's gotta be more to life than like this. I'm kind of bored.
Right.
And I see my mom, we were never wealthy family, but I would see that she was getting some pretty good commission checks from the home sales because her brokerage would feed her some great leads, actually, those excellent leads. I was like, well, my mom can get like 10K off of a commission. Oh, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And we just decided, like, Mom, can you pay for me to get my license? Or maybe I paid for it. Maybe she did. She's a great mom, so she probably paid.
Yeah.
And then
shout out to moms.
Yeah, shout out to all the moms. And then I got my license. I went through the classes, boring as shit ever. You don't really use all the information, but I'm not going to undermine it as much as I used to, because there's really good stuff in those books if you read it.
Right.
But you don't really use it in apartment locating. So I take those classes. I passed one my first time, and then I failed the like national or the state. But then I passed that on. The second time, boom, license. And like when I got that second pass, I knew that like my life had changed. I felt like something had really changed. Like I just opened up a door to
cool.
potential. Yeah, it was really, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was just like a great thought that I had. And I was like, dude, like, this shit's about to be different. Like, I'm not going to be working at Bath & Body Works anymore. Because at the time, I was working at Bath & Body Works during the winter season. They needed fucking help. So, And before that, I was like at Office Depot, just stupid retail jobs.
Right.
Car wash at like age 16. Polo Ralph Lauren. Yeah, Mr. Bubbles, bro. Polo Ralph Lauren. Some bullshit, clothing store in the mall. Polo's okay. And then Office Depot, which is probably the best job that I had because I got to use the Photoshop skills that I used in high school, which is, I mean, I'm a branding guy, so that was invaluable.
Yeah.
Really got to use those skills. I worked in the copy print section, CPD. So every time I go to like an Office Depot and I go to like the copy print, I'm like, hey buddy, I was in your chair, man. That's not a bad gig. And they actually like it. They're like, yeah, it actually keeps me busy. They're making business cards. They're making copy, freaking marketing assets, like all this stuff. And that's like really, really cool. And it's like real, you have to really help these guys. And then I followed my manager, who was my CPD manager, to Bath & Body Works. And that was a shit show. That place, never worked there, bro. There's so much lotion all over. It's just like disgusting. And like you have to line up those little bottles and you can just like knock one over and it's over. Show. It's terrible. But I was like, deuces, bro. I just got licensed.
Yeah.
And then my mom got me the hookup at brokerage and they started hitting me dog shit leads. Bad leads. Because that's what you do to like a 19-year-old who has no industry. You're not going to give them a good lead. You're like, all right, man. Like you're our top agent's son, but you're also 19, have zero experience. Here's a $1,000 private home lease client who wants to go live in Pasadena.
Oh.
And bro, like my mom like literally like drove me out. Like we got the listings on her. My mom drove me from Katy all the way down to Pasadena.
Long drive.
Met this nurse who's like relocating with a pit bull or some shit. So like that's like a difficult situation having an aggressive dog in real estate.
Oh yeah.
And like you want to lease. And so like we're showing these like ghetto homes, and she's not liking it, and we're like, fuck, like it was a lot of work. But she ended up signing at one. That wasn't too bad. And after it was all said and done, after all the applications, the leases, the driving back, the emails, I get like a $300 check.
So
that was my first check.
So at this point,
literally that.
So you went through all this. You went through a bunch of retail.
And I thought 300 was a lot of money then. I was like, well, I got $300.
Oh, okay.
Now, you know, all revenue's great.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? We do bigger deals than $300.
Right, yeah.
Especially with apartments, man. Like doing all those, like because you have to apply at each home. Like we have to drive out there, show 5 homes, and be like, okay, we need to apply to each 5 because in case your favorite one, they decide, I don't like that dog, we're gonna go with Jane Doe. Okay, we need some backups, and you have to like rewrite that whole application. Right. It's like an 8-pager. It's terrible.
So you were like pumped
for $300. I was pumped,
but
I'm still pumped if I get $300.
Well, yeah, of course. I was just saying, like, yeah, of course, same here. But in that moment, you felt accomplished, right? Like
I felt like that it worked, that the process worked.
Okay.
And it was a crazy process. I got a lot of help from my mom on it, but it worked, and a check showed up, and I was like, cool, I can make money without like having to work a retail job.
Right. Do you feel like when you looked at the two situations, like it sounds like everything that you did to get that apartment, you're going through a lot more process for a check than just being behind a counter or, you know, stocking lotion. Do you feel like the fact that you were doing that for your future kind of made it easier?
Dude, I was 19. I probably wasn't even thinking about my future, but it was just like I got $300 and I had a few more leads. And I mean, how many hours do you have to work making $8 an hour to get $300?
It's gonna be like a
30
lot.
divided by 8.
It's like 38.
Is that 2.1 GPA coming out?
Yeah, it's like
30 divided by 8.
It's like 38 or something.
That's a lot of hours, man. That's, you know, it was like a bitch, but like I knocked it out in one day and I got $300.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
For 19, $300 is like an Xbox and a controller, you know? Or like Halo 4 and like a bunch of games.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, my mindset was more on like, you know, I wasn't much of a saver at 19, but it was just cool to have like money and be like, okay, this is cool. I didn't think about like anything. I didn't think too far at it at that point.
Yeah. I think though, you touching on the fact that like you just did 300 right then.
Yeah.
I think that's like something that a lot of people, they don't realize when they're looking at a sales type position, even though it's 1099 or commission. It's like you can technically write your own check by just putting in how whatever that takes, you can get it done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
you're in control. Like it's not a bad thing to be 1099. It's empowering. You're like, I don't have to show up. I don't have to do things. I can do it my way. If I produce, I'm going to keep this freaking job. So let me get crafty, bro.
Yeah.
And when you get crafty, you get good. But I would say that when I got that check, it was still a rough like first year in this business. Your first year, maybe even your second year is rough.
Yeah.
So I would say that it was really interesting how I got the idea to start going full time, because you don't think about that in the beginning. Like your first year, I think they say 80% of agents don't renew their license. But it really took like
first year, 40%, you said?
80%, bro. A lot of agents don't renew because they're like, fuck this.
Oh, wow.
I had to do all this. Well, many reasons. I love my company because we can give agents a very strong first year because we have so many leads. When you get into this business and you go to like your big Keller Williams or RE/MAX, it's like, great, you're an agent. Congratulations. Here's a lot of desk fees. You get like 1 hour of floor time, meaning you get like just that hour. If anyone calls, it's your lead. Mm-hmm. And you get some like nice folders, nice business cards. But other than that, you don't get any business. Like you don't get leads. So it's like, okay, like I'm a new agent. How am I going to feed myself with no leads? Yeah. Like I want to sell a home, but I don't know anybody. Am I going to knock on doors, bro? You don't have to do that shit these days. But like those bigger firms kind of hurt a lot of agents in that way. Cause like if they can't give you leads, like it's really hard to explain if you're not in the industry. But like how the hell are you going to sell a house if you don't have a freaking lead?
Yeah.
And if it's your first year, you don't have a pipeline of business that you've done. So you literally have like, you want to sell a house, you have no leads to sell it to. You're like, after 1 year, you're like, okay, I made $5,000 that year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, I'm out. That was way too rough. Way too inconsistent, rough, tough, awful.
So do you feel like that kind of thought process and that initial like experience kind of drove you to make sure there was a way that you always had stuff coming in?
So that's interesting because it was coming in, but it was coming in slow, and it was coming in from my broker, and they weren't giving me that many leads. So like about like I think a year in, maybe 2 years or a year and a half, I was just like, I think I'm just gonna go back to school, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I almost went to Texas State where all my buddies went. They all went to Texas State.
Glad you were like 20 at this point.
I was probably like 21 or 20, maybe like 20 or 21. I mean, I got licensed when I was 19, so probably one of those early, like very early 20s. And I was just like down in the dumps. I was like, man, like this is like. I even like went to Texas State, met with like the student counselor, and I'm like, okay, I want to take these classes. I still had no idea what I wanted. I'm like, okay, my friends are there. Everyone goes to like college. I'm gonna go to like college, and so like I had planned to meet with the school guy there, and then I speak with my cousin, and my cousin's like this like big guy, like that simple kind of intelligence, like street smarts. And he's like, yo, bro, you need to read this book, like Think and Grow Rich, or Outwitting the Devil, some Napoleon Hill stuff, right?
Yeah.
Some self-help, self-development. And like I was feeling down in the dumps, and I was just like, I remember it being in the living room with like my friend's house and being like, isn't there more to life? Like we're just playing games, bro. Like we're just in this couch, like we're just hanging out. Maybe I was having a bad day, but it made me think. And then I thought about that book that my cousin recommended to me at the restaurant, Outwitting the Devil, and I'm reading that shit. And I get to like this chapter, and it just blew my fucking mind. I was like, whoa, there's, I can actually make shit happen if I apply myself and focus my thoughts and my actions on growing this real estate career, And I was reading that book. So on my way from Katy to Texas State to meet with that school counselor guy, I listened to the audiobook on YouTube. And as I was going there, I changed my mind. I was like, I'm not going to Texas State. I'm coming fucking back, and I'm making money. And I did.
So what was like, what really, like you read all that and you had that thought, but what was like the plan that you had? Like, because obviously you're turning around and coming back and you're like, I'm going to do this, this, and this. What was that plan look like?
It made me realize the opportunity that I had being in this industry.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, there's a lot of opportunity with my marketing skills, with my Photoshop skills, with my creativity, my branding. I can make something probably better than what Texas State is going to give me. And I think that's true.
Right.
So
what was the first
thing I went to the counselor, and he was just talking his ass off. I'm like, okay, but I already know I'm coming back. And came back, fucking hyped up, and I racked out. Yeah. It took me time, but not that cool, but I know it took time. But
you just like blew up instantly.
But
what was the first step,
it didn't feel like time. It just felt like I was doing it right. I was like, okay, I'm going to come back and make money. And I would set a target and I'd hit it. And I set another target and I'd hit it. And then shit would snowball. And I'm like, whoa, like I'm really like, through my actions and thoughts, I'm really manifesting the goals that I've set for myself. And it's not like rocket science. It's just work hard. And I did it. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. And it was almost like magic, man. Like I'm big into that spiritual stuff.
Yeah. You kind of into the Secret?
The Secret. So my friend showed me that one, and I like that one too. I think, is that a book or a movie? It's both.
I think so. It's both.
I saw the movie, but the movie, no, it's good, bro. It's the same concept.
Yeah. So
I can't. Yeah, no.
So diving into this a little.
Tell me a little bit about The Secret, bro.
I don't know The Secret that much. Okay. I know that Conor McGregor's really into it, but I think the fallout some people have is they're like, oh, if I just think it will manifest. But you got to think it, have that thought, and then you got to do the work.
You have to like really desire it, because if you think it, that's like a really like low energy. Okay, I'm thinking about it, but like if you're like going to bed thinking about it and waking up thinking about it, like really supercharging those thoughts and being like,
and every action.
Some people have like a vision board. I never had that, but I don't doubt it. And like if you just like keep like getting hype, like bro, like I should really like work hard because this Mustang is sick, or this Porsche is sick, or like all that money, that watch is dope. Like maybe I should go hard. And like you just keep like snowballing your thoughts and like getting it going, like really desiring that.
Yeah.
And then you just like start just doing the action. Don't even think about it. Just start doing it.
Yeah.
Like me showing up here, I'm like, let's just do it, man. This is probably gonna be a good experience.
Yeah.
And you just do it, and then great stuff happens that way.
And
you're gonna learn things, but you just have to do it.
Yeah. I think the overreaching thing that I heard from that kind of like aha moment you had was you just kind of decided that you're just gonna be all in.
Yeah, it was an all-in thing. Yeah. There was like no doubt. There was no doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
and that's the secret there. There's no doubt. I was sworn in.
Okay.
Sworn myself in.
Or yourself.
And it was awesome, man. And not having doubts is very important with that manifesting stuff and all that spirituality.
Yeah, because your whole mind is thinking that you're gonna be the most badass broker in Houston or the Texas or whatever, and then you start to.
Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. So
that is a goal of mine, actually, to be just like the best broker. Like, I don't want to rip my agents off. I don't want to just do bad business. Like, I'm in it for like the longevity. This is not like a quarter by quarter type business. This is like forever.
Right.
You got to be awesome if you're gonna do it forever.
Now, like obviously you had that like mentality and you just kind of ran off and you kept taking action. I think something that's like a really interesting thing to think about. Actually, I have two questions for you because I had an interview today, or two interviews today, and each of them had a like. Whenever I asked them to ask questions, they had some like banger
good questions. Like for like person that you were gonna hire.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty tight.
About my about me, as well as like the company and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And the first one I'm going to ask you is basically, okay, so obviously you are Forever 26. You know,
Forever 26. I shop at Forever 26.
Yeah. But you started out at 19.
Yep.
Pretty much. What would 26 you right now, who's seen what has grown to, and like have this conviction, what would you tell 19-year-old you when you're first starting in the real estate game?
Is this what someone asked you? Damn.
Not about real estate. They said, what would I tell, because I'm 34, what would I tell 24-year-old me?
Oh, cool.
And my answers are pretty funny, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll keep mine kind of real. Yeah, just like stick with the plan and associate yourself with very smart people and keep that brand thing going. It's gonna work.
Yeah, okay. I got you. So surround yourself. Don't waver like you kind of had initially when you're gonna try. You're like, maybe I should go back to college.
Yeah.
Got you.
Stick with what's working.
Okay, I got you.
And learn accounting as quick as possible.
Learn accounting.
Golly.
I think that's actually a really big
that's
thing.
Number one, bro.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing that a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners, or eventual brokers, they don't even understand that. Like, oh, I can make the money, but I got to figure out how to keep the money.
Yeah.
The other cool question I think would be really, really good to kind of dig deep is, every business owner has a moment where they second guess themselves and they're like, what do I do? For me,
that's true.
I specifically had it in 2020. Like one of the hardest moments was in 2020 during the pandemic, just because we did face-to-face business. The majority of our business was face-to-face. So I had a moment I was like, I thought, is this going to be forever? And then I had to start,
Oh, you actually thought that?
Yeah. Wow. Hey, you never know, because everything I was like, what if this is forever? What do I have to do? So then, I asked myself and kind of came up with a plan. But that was probably the only time where I've really like been like, oh shit, like I really got to figure out how I'm going to pivot. So, did you ever have a moment where you're like, oh shit, I really have to pivot? And what was that? And what did you do?
COVID, March 2020, right?
Yeah.
The digital pivot was huge for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was interesting. My industry, it really slowed down for like 2 months, but we have like data that shows how fast it spiked up. Like we weren't hurt that bad, thank God, because people need roofs, man. I was telling my agents, hey, this is an easy sell. We're not selling steak knives, bro. We're like, you need an apartment, you need a roof, we got you.
Yeah.
But COVID was, for us, it wasn't that bad, actually. It wasn't that bad. We took like a month hit. All the apartments shut their like doors. We're not touring anybody because of COVID, blah, masks, or they're not even open.
Yeah.
A lot of virtual tours. So we had to adapt to virtual tours. We had to adapt to just clients not being able to see the apartments. So we took a tiny hit. I think everyone took a tiny hit.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't forever. So I was just kind of like going with the flow. That's when I met my developer and we really started going hard because we're like, hey, this is some downtime. Let's build something real. I knew it wasn't forever. And I was just like, okay, like, this is it. We'll pick back up. In the beginning, I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
I got wise and I realized that things will bounce back, and they did, and they're better than ever.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick moment too for myself, just because.
Like 2 months.
Yeah, it was just like, oh,
but
shit.
in the moment, when you're not thinking long term, it does feel very scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was scary for a lot of people. I mean, my mom probably, she sells them. She's probably like, well, no one wants to buy in this market. It's tough. Shit dries up. But
well, the best way to get out of that fear is to either just accept what is and then plan out of it. Just like
no fear.
Yeah, just accept what it is. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. And obviously things have
great.
Got much better. Kind of one last thing, like I want to cover one more time, just kind of going back to TikTok, because you obviously
love TikTok, bro.
Dude, bro.
I need to follow your TikTok.
Bro,
what are you posting?
I am not posting now.
Are you doing the freaking Renegade, bro? The little dance?
Yes, that's me. Gonzalo and I.
No
That's all
views.
we do.
I didn't get views. I'm kidding.
No. But I think it's a really good platform for real estate. That's why I kind of come back to it. What do you think for someone who wants to, like, once again, kind of, not exactly in the social media realm, wants to, and is a real estate agent, what should they be showcasing differently from IG to TikTok? How should their content differ?
Is this an agent that wants leads, or they just want to personal brand themselves?
They want leads.
There's like goals with what you post, right? Like, do I want to try to get leads out of this, or am I just trying to show that I'm like a cool broker?
If they just want to get long term, they want to get leads. What's their strategy? IG, what's their strategy? TikTok.
For IG or for TikTok?
Yeah, like what's the difference?
What's the difference? I don't think there is a difference. I think it's the same thing. Post good content.
Yeah.
Bring value to the audience that you have. And be consistent.
Be consistent. So consistent.
Make sure it's good quality content and it's good value. Can't be posting the same shit that everyone else is posting.
Got you. So you're
important.
It's very important. Having very specific.
Maybe that wasn't as specific as you wanted, but post some good shit on everything.
Yeah.
Consistency. Listing a house on Har, post some good shit. Don't post some whack pics, bro.
Yeah.
See a lot of agents with some whack pics.
So this is going back to just you don't even think about so much of like what can catch viral or what can catch attention. It's just like do your best work.
Well, I already know what can go viral based on like what we posted in the past. But if you're a new agent, look for something pretty, do a high quality video of it, whether that's, like an apartment tour or that's like you like working with a client or, whatever it is. And it needs to look good.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a lot more than just one video for you to like reap what you sow.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Quality
and consistency.
Quality and value. And consistency, of course. Those three, man.
Yeah, of course. All right, well, man, I think I'm going to call it. Thank you for coming on. I'm just going to kind of throw out there where we can, obviously, is it going to be the same domain, fantasyapartments.com?
You tell me, check it out and let me know if it looks cool.
All right, well, we'll definitely check out fantasyapartments.com. Then IG, the absolute top funnel IG, at Fantasy Apartments HTX.
Yes,
you can also find Spencer on Instagram as well, and on his TikTok, which obviously I stalk as we already talked about every night, 10:32, at Spencer Moore HTX, and you have your other actual company as well. Do you have any social for
More Fine Properties? LLC, right now, it just serves as like the overarching LLC, and we have sub businesses in it.
Gotcha.
That's more for the home sale.
Got you.
Yeah. Well, no Instagram yet, but we have plans for the home sales. As a little teaser for round 2.
Got you. Yeah. Well, it seems the ultimate next step. So if you're looking to live the high life, Spencer's your guy. His team is a bunch of absolute savages that will get you into the house.
I love that.
or apartment you like.
Whatever.
So, anyways,
we got him.
Yeah. Tune in next time, guys. I'm very excited to be back in the game, the podcast game, and I'm very grateful that you were my first guest.
Thanks for bringing me on. This is cool.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm happy, and we'll get some more dope picks. And next time, part 2, make sure you bring the Rolex.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, brother. We did a good job here, huh? Yeah, cool.